Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of What on Earth to Eat Now, especially to our subscribers. If you do watch these videos and you haven't yet had a chance to click that subscribe button, please do. It really helps us out, helps us to keep making these videos. So let's get to today's recipe. So we're kicking off season 3 with a recipe for apple donuts coated in glittering cinnamon sugar. They are absolutely delicious. For us, food has the most wondrous capacity to transport you within the confines of your own kitchen. And today's recipe is perfect for this time of year, we think, because yes, the snowdrops have come out and the daffodils are soon going to arrive and cheer the whole place up, but it just feels like winter has been going on forever and you just want to be transported somewhere else. And a little bit of armchair travel is just what the doctor ordered. This recipe really transports the taste buds, and biting into that crunchy apple donut and smelling that cinnamon sugar, somehow you are somewhere with snow-capped mountains hauled up in front of an open fire, and it's really quite magical. So I'm going to start by making a really simple batter. I've got 175 grams of 00 flour, so that's just slightly finer flour. And into that I'm going to put 25 grams of corn flour. That corn flour is just going to make the batter extra crispy, which is of course what you want. Into that I'm going to put a teaspoon and a half of caster sugar, a very small pinch of salt, and finally half a teaspoon of baking powder. Into this I'm going to add 75 ml of soda water, and that's just going to make the batter really airy. So I'm just going to pour that into one corner of my bowl, a little bit at a time. I'm going to add in 150 ml of unsweetened plant milk, again a little bit at a time, trying to avoid a lumpy batter. And finally I'm going to add 30 ml of corn oil. Beautiful silky batter. So I'm just going to put that to one side. I'm going to cover it just with a tea towel while I prepare my apple rings. So I've got some Cox apples here, and I'm just going to peel them and core them and cut them into about ½ centimetre rounds. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice just so they don't get brown. And I'm going to core them. So everything's ready, and all that's left to do is fry my donuts. I can't wait to eat these. Another way to keep these donuts really crispy is to fry them in small batches. They're going to cook quickly and they'll be extra crispy. So I'm going to give them about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. I want them to be lovely and golden. So my donuts are lovely and dry. I've let them drain for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to just put them in my cinnamon sugar. So this is 200 grams of caster sugar with 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. Smells delicious. Listen to how crispy that is. Look at that. Et voila, your cinnamon apple donuts. Crispy and absolutely delicious. You can eat them just as they are, or even better, our warm vanilla custard. You can get the recipe just here. I'm going to have to tuck right in. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of What on Earth to Eat Now. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you again next week for another episode of What on Earth to Eat Now. Who could possibly resist? Listen to that crunch. No soggy donuts here. A little more custard for good measure.